Testing, 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 testing. All right, we good. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Keith back with another weekly analysis, stocks and futures. Today is March 1st, 2026. It's the first of the month, man. It's first of the month. So we finna get to it. We finna do our analysis for the week of March 2nd through the 6th. Okay? March 2nd through the 6th. All right. So first thing first, y'all know what's the first thing we got to go over is the the economic calendar. Give me 1 second. I'm going to take a sip of water before we get started. But yeah, we got the weekly, I keep saying weekly. Well, yeah, the week's economic calendar. As y'all know, I only use investing.com for my economic news. I put the news on US only, 3-star news only, so my calendar will appear shorter than most calendars because I only put on the high impact news, 3-star news only. And yeah, so if you don't see any news on certain days, that is due to us not having 3-star news on that day. Okay. So first thing first, going into this week, give me 1 second because I guess I cut off the top part of my news. Okay, yeah, so this is Monday. Monday, March 2nd, 2026. We kicking off the week with PMI at 8:45. We got 9 a.m. PMI, and then we got 9 a.m. manufacturing prices. Three-star news. Nice, impactful news. PMI definitely, y'all know that moves the market. It's gonna be the beginning of the week. It's gonna be a Monday, so I also expect volatility due to that. But yeah, Monday looked pretty decent, and we also entering this week with the U.S. and the Iran situation going on. So definitely want to be looking out and seeing what the market gonna do, how it's gonna react to all of that, all of those events, and then of course these economic events, and it's all after market open. So definitely be careful at the start of tomorrow. I really don't advise, jumping in trades instantly once market open, just because it's probably gonna be a huge volatility soon market open, y'all. If you see a setup, you could take it, but probably lower that risk, honestly. Lower that risk. Then we don't have nothing for Tuesday, no 3-star news on Tuesday. So we're going straight into Wednesday, March 4th, 2026. 7:15, we got non-farm. Non-farm at 7:15, huge, non-farm always move the market. 8:45, we got PMI again. 9, we got 9 manufacturing prices at 9 a.m. Then we got 9 a.m. PMI again, and then 9:30 crude oil. So all our news is at the beginning. The biggest one probably gonna be the PMIs and the non-farm. Really that non-farm the main thing, I think. But that's it. That's before market open, so we shouldn't be affected by it unless we in some type of options or something. But futures wise, we shouldn't be affected by it because we don't start till after 8:30. But we do got news at 8:45, 9 a.m. and 9:30. So definitely be cautious with trades when them news events come out. Then we go into Thursday. We only got one scheduled event for Thursday. Initial jobless claims. Of course, that's a nice economic event. And it's before market open, so we should be pretty much smooth on Thursday. Then we go into Friday to finish the first week off of March. And that's another thing I want to mention. It's the first week of a new month, so anything can happen. We can get a lot of volatility. Market can go initially do its certain pullback and then push the direction it want the next week. It can do all kind of things, so be on the lookout for that. But going to Friday, March 6th, 6:30, we have retail sales. Also at 6:30, we got core retail sales. 7:30, non-farm payroll. 7:30, unemployment rate. And 7:30, average hourly earnings. So we got a ton of stuff coming out before the market open Friday. Definitely huge. Non-farm, retails, huge news, huge economic events. Definitely expect some volatility with that stuff. Unless they all counter each other. And then that's the only way I can see it just like stalemating. But that is the economic calendar this week. Look like we're gonna get a lot of volatility this week, which we like. So pretty much biggest day I'll probably say, like most important days, I'll say Monday for sure, just because it's the start and we have U.S. and Iran situation going on. But I'll probably say Friday, Wednesday, Monday, and then yeah, that's it. Then Thursday and Tuesday can come in later. All right. Then we're going over to the earnings for this week. Earnings for this week, we got some of them, the names I actually like trading. Give me 1 second. 1 second, I'm bring it up on my phone so I can read the names off. So I told you it'd be blurry. All right. Earnings for this week. First thing first to kick it off, Monday. Monday. Pre-market. Do I see anything? I never checked out ADT. Maybe ADT. Aftermarket. Monday, I don't know how I feel about Monday. Earning wise, I really don't. I don't see nothing that's to catch my eye. Okay, I really don't see nothing that catch my eye crazy. Now going into Tuesday, March 3rd, pre-market. We got Target. No Target. I ain't looking Target in a little while, but Target definitely we want to check out. We got Best Buy. Okay, we got C. We got AutoZone. I think that's it. But those some nice. That's 3-4 different nice names in the pre-market for Tuesday. Then Tuesday evening we got CrowdStrike. Y'all know I love trading CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike, GitLab, Box, Ross. If anybody like trading that retail, that's really the main names I see. Definitely CrowdStrike for sure. I like. Going into Wednesday, March 4th. We got pre-market Abercrombie and Fitch, Wix. We got Nixon, Bath and Body Works. I think that's pretty much it. After the close, we got Broadcom. I like Broadcom. We got Weeble, American Eagle. Some decent names on Wednesday. Then Thursday, pre-market, we got Kroger, Victoria's Secret, Burlington. That's about it. After the close, we got Marvel, Costco. Definitely like Costco. GoPros. That's pretty much it. Then to close the week off, March 6th, for Friday, we have really nothing crazy on Friday. All right, maybe that, what's that say, methoid electronics. Mike can check that out. But really nothing crazy on Friday. But we got a pretty solid. It's a pretty solid earnings week, honestly. Of course, the biggest days is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Monday and Friday, it might be some sleepers in it, but pretty solid earnings week. Definitely can find some type of play out of it. All right, now let's get on to these charts. Cause I can't be up too late, y'all. I gotta get up in the morning. We've been working out, man. We've been working out, so gotta wake up in the morning, go to that gym before anything. Okay. So let's first start off with SPY. Now you said it's a new month. I might delete. What time is it? 8:30. Yeah, should we delete everything, y'all, and just clear these charts? No, I ain't gonna delete it. Ain't too messy. Now my futures, we'll delete that and probably clear the chart. So we start off with the monthly since we just enter a new month. Look at the monthly for SPY. We got what? Uptrend. Higher high, higher low, higher high. Just made a low. We want to make sure it stay. If we want to be in the uptrend, we want to make sure it stay above this red candle low on the monthly at 648.93 to keep this uptrend. Now, thing is, it's red. It's telling us we look for some type of low. So it can come. You know what I'm saying? It can come down. It's all the way down. As long as it stay above 648 93. It can come down very well. But we want to see what a green monthly candle come for us to take the loans back to the high. Okay, that's what we want to see. But if an event that somehow we just push straight up to this high and make a new higher high, then we can take light loans to see if we want to stay above it. If we build base above it, we can take light loans. But other than that, yeah, it's bullish, but it looks like we're gonna do potential pull back. Got a red candle. We're looking for some type of low. Will it be a higher low or a lower low? That's the question. Going down to the weekly, we got higher high, low, high, some type of low. Is it gonna lead us to a lower low on the weekly? Or will we end up making an actual higher low? We gotta figure that out. So really it's pretty much in the stance that we really don't know exactly what the market want to do right now on that weekly. The weekly is a little bit more neutral because, like we said, we had higher high, higher low, higher high. Then we ended up making a lower low, but we made a made a high. We made another low, but we didn't make a lower low after that. We got another high and some type of low right now. So it's still neutral, undecisive on the weekly. Monthly is bullish right now, but weekly undecided. Going down to that daily. Let's put our drawing. Well, actually, let's look at it first, then we put the drawings on. Daily, pretty much like the weekly. We got that higher high, then we made a lower low. Then we just made some type of high. We didn't make a higher high. Then we made a low, but we didn't make our new lower low. Then we made another high, and then we made some type of low again. But now we look like we're trying to make some type of high. So pretty much like the weekly, very undecisive right now. Trying to decide, it's starting to basically, it's a wide wedge, but it's wedging right now. Really, your market trying to make a decision. It's trying to make a decision which way it want to go. Okay, but for us, oh yeah, let me point this out also for the wedge. If you can see it, because I really don't want to delete everything by adding another drawing, but take this top point right here, this January 28th, and basically put a line across these highs up here, and then take 90s. Or we could, like I said, we could come back down here to the bottom at 670. It's very, very, hold up. Make sure the stream's still going because it just said something about connection. Give me 1 second. We're going to make sure the stream going still. Then we're gonna get back to it. Yeah, it is good. But yeah, I'm just saying it's pretty much consolidating, y'all. That's basically what I'm saying. It's consolidating. So we're trying to see what this consolidation gonna do. Um, that's the biggest thing. We're trying to figure out what this consolidation gonna do. We ain't gonna over talk and explain it too much. All right. Now, look at that SPY. Excuse me. Daily target. Of course, overall still was an uptrend. We overall still in an uptrend, even though we getting some consolidation here. Overall uptrend, our target is still 697.84. Our solidified level is still 669.22. Okay. Actually no it ain't. Yeah, yes it is. Cause this one got broke right here. So yeah, 669.22 is our solidified level. Our potential new higher low that we looking for is 675.78 right here. We want to see if market will hold that low and lead us to that uptrend. But even if it don't, it is completely fine. We know where our true solidified level is sitting at. Okay. But like we said, we pretty much consolidating in this range right here. And we trying to see, can we break out? That's what we trying to see. Can we break out? See that? We pretty much consolidating in this box, y'all. So either we can break to the upside, make the uptrend, continue the uptrend, or we break to the downside and come on, flush straight back down. Okay. Alright, so what we want to trade though, since we stuck in the middle of the box, we want to trade, give me a second, whatever the most recent trend is. So yes, we're in consolidation, but what is the most recent trend? We sit here and look. We had high, low, higher high. Okay. Then we made a low. Okay. Then we got a green candle for potentially a new higher high. So we're looking for them longs. Okay. We're looking for them longs currently. If we follow the most recent trend, supposed to be looking for them longs. For us, for the longs, the last solidified low within inside his overall trend, or the last higher low, if you want to state it as that, is 680 flat right here, this green candle. So we don't want to see market go below there. We put a pink line right there. We don't want market to go below here. And I'm going to put HL for higher low and put an alert if it crosses it. Oh, the add condition. We don't want bar close. That's what we don't want. We want just cross once per bar. Yeah, just crossing it. All right. So that is the low that we're gonna use for our base. We want to see it. We want to see it push back up and lead us to what? Like we said, the target, first target high, which will make the new higher high, is 693.68. So that's what we aiming for. That's the light green. Okay. Now, if that's what we looking for, this is our solidified level down here. Where do we need to get in our entries off of? Fair value gaps if we can. Okay. We look at the daily. We currently are what? Entering into one. I didn't mark it just because they overlap each other. We currently are sitting inside of a fair value gap, multiple fair value gaps, but we just entered this fair value gap here at 685.36. So what I would like to see, if we can do it tomorrow, is us potentially build base above 685.36. Build base above 685.36. Bring us up to that 687.70. Potentially let us squeeze all the way up to 689. And see what we want to do from 689. See if we can keep pushing higher. Okay. That is what I would like to see. That way I'll be looking for longs. If we do have the event where we gap down, like we come down, I'll look for potential longs if we build an uptrend above 683.69. That is where we'll be looking for potential long entries if it's up. If we want to move to the upside above 683.69. Now for the shorts, for the bears, what do the bears want to see? Bears would like to see us what? Get a red daily candle. They want to see us get a red daily candle. They want to see, can we end up, breaking this consolidation and making a downtrend. Okay, breaking the consolidation and making a downtrend. That's what the bears want to see. Right now, like we said, we had higher high. Well, we had high, low, higher high, made a low. Potentially, like we said, potentially this can lead us to a new higher high. But what the bears want to see is another red candle come. They want another red candle to come. We break that low, make a lower low, downtrend. We can easily push down to that 680, possibly down to that 676 level. Okay. So for the bears, for me to be bearish, I need a red daily candle to come, and then we make that lower low. Okay. Right now, I can't necessarily go short until we either make a lower low, either breaking 680, or we get a red candle and then end up breaking this low of this green candle at 681.64. Then that's when I'll be looking for potential short. But right now, I gotta follow the most recent trend, which is the uptrend. Like we said, we got high, low, higher, high. This is just a low right here. Let's see if it's gonna push up and make a higher high, breaking 693, 68. Okay. So that is what we're looking for. Let's put our long position tool on here. Let's put on a lower time frame. And be looking at this now on the hourly. I see that we came down. Oh, my bad. See that we came down in the aftermarket. So if we do gap down, maybe we could gap underneath 680 if we coming down in the morning. I mean, we'll be down in the morning. We probably possibly could gap underneath 680. And if that happened, then I will be looking for shorts. I'll be looking for us to we gap down below 680, come retest it, and then take the shorts back down to 676, possibly down to that 673 area. Okay. So if we do gap below 680, then I'll be looking for the short off of break and retest to the downside. But as of now, like we said, we got to follow the trend that we see. So this is what we're looking for tomorrow. If we can stay above 683.69 in the morning. And like we said, once it get to 689, we got to see what we want to do. Is market going to build base above to potentially take us to that 693 level? All right, so that is SPY. Going to QQQ. Going to that monthly. Check out the monthly. Should be pretty much. It ain't gonna be exactly like SPY because QQQ a little bit different. QQQ monthly. Of course we got 636, 636.19. Yeah, so we got high, low, higher high. Right? Barely made a higher high, but it did make a higher high. It failed to close past the high, and what we said, since it failed close past that high, that previous month, we said we're gonna have some type of pullback. And we got the pullback coming. You see, we got the pullback coming. Now, will the market try to push back up and keep this uptrend intact? Like we said, we got market out. So y'all can, I got the drawings on it, but we got the higher high, we got the high, low, higher high. That's the uptrend right there. So if the uptrend want to stay intact, we cannot see market go below this red candle low at 579.99. This must stay intact if this uptrend want to be valid still. Okay. Red monthly candle do tell us, hey, we making some type of low. Either it can be leading us to a lower low if it takes that previous low, or we can end up getting a green month, pushing back up, making a higher high, and that'll make a new higher low for the uptrend to continue. Okay? But we do got red candle. We know, hey, market making some type of low at this point. Going to that weekly. Weekly, we got lower low, and then we got higher high here. So we had lower low, higher high, and then we just made a low. That's it, just a low. We do got green candles for the previous 2 weeks, so we could be trying to push up and make a new higher high. Keep this intact. Like we said, this low right here at 579.99. Market cannot go below there, or it's gonna break this uptrend. Okay, it's gonna break the uptrend if it go below there. But following 2 green weeks, even though 1 week is a doji counter, so that do make it a little bit tricky, but 2 green weeks is still telling us we looking for some type of high. Now we're trying to see, is it gonna lead us to this higher high and break this 636.60 on this weekly? Okay. We're going down to the daily. Looking at the daily. Most overall uptrend, of course. Most recent section, we had that low, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. We've been keeping this downtrend intact until we got to here. We made a high, low, higher high. Okay, we made a higher high right here. Now we didn't break this previous lower high right here at 617.52. That is what I'm really trying to see. If we end up breaking that, we might build base above it, and then we can be aiming for this next lower high at 629.98. Okay. But like we said, we end up making a high, low, higher high, uptrend. Okay, we in an uptrend. Green candle for the previous day should be looking for market to push up to 616.83. That is our target. Okay, so that's what we basically looking for currently with this market being in the uptrend on its most recent section. We put our drawings back on. Overall structure, we know what overall uptrend, right? Target is 636.60. Last solidified level is 579.99. Trying to see, hey, will this 593.34 be our new higher low to eventually bring us up to that 636.60? So we got that marked out with a pink line. Looking at this most recent section, we said what? We got what? We got higher high. Let me mark it out. We got high, low, higher high. Got the next low to potentially lead us to a new higher high. Okay. So we don't want market to what? Go below this previous higher low that we made, which is 599.05. We want to see market stay above there for this most recent uptrend. This most recent uptrend we created right here. Want market to stay above 599.05. So we link for all trades above there to potentially take us up to what? This previous high of 616.83. So there's our target. We look for our trade within this 2 range. Let me make it light green. Light green. Let's put HL for higher low. And then set the alert crossing down once per bar. Alright. I really don't need to put that alert if I got it on spot, but it's okay. Alright. So if we looking at QQQ right now, it's currently above this daily gap at 606. Wait, hold up. 606.70. So since we sitting above this daily gap, I believe we probably got other gaps. Let's see. Oh, we don't. We actually, this is the only gap right here. Oh, we do got one right here. But of course, I ain't marking that. It's overlapping. But what we want to see, what we looking for is uptrend forming above this 606.70 to go and bring us up to that 610. Let us retest that 610. And we can push through that 610. That's where we see that 614, potentially that 616 level. Okay. So that's literally what we're looking for. If we do gap down in the morning, we gap back inside this daily gap. One or two things: either wait until the hourly make an uptrend to bring us back up. Well, actually, 1 and 3. Wait till hourly make an uptrend to bring us back up if it's in the middle. You can wait on us to come back down and retest 602 and build an uptrend to take it back up. or you can wait until we get back above that 606.70 and take the uptrend up to 610. Those 1 and 3 scenarios. For me to go short for the Bears, like I said, same thing with SPY. I need a red candle to come for the daily, and I need to see a lower low get created. So preferably I want to see us below 602, make a downtrend underneath there, bring us down to 599, possibly down to that 596 level. So really shorts, I'm not focused on shorts unless we underneath 602 at least. Okay. But what we looking for tomorrow, like we said, is some longs. We're gonna go ahead and set our drawing to and then move on to the next chart. So we got long position tool. Like we said, we wanted above 606.70. See an uptrend above that. First target, of course, we looking for that 610, but our main target we focusing on is that 616. Okay. 616 first, and then that next level that I told y'all right here that we didn't break was this 617.52. That's the key. That's the key spot right there. 617.52. If we can break that and build base above to make an uptrend, we should be coming on back up to the 630s base. Coming back up to the 630. But the scary part of it is if you look at this big picture, we got low, high, lower, low, right? This was the last lower high we had, right? And we made a lower low. We pushed all the way up and we did not break. I mean, we didn't even take it, and we got a red counter for rejection, so it can literally be setting up to reverse to come right back down to keep that as a lower high. But we're gonna play with the trend that we see first. Now, like we said, we end up seeing a red candle come and we make a lower low. That's one of them shorts. We look for them shorts to take down the 593 level. Okay, once we're below 602. But currently, it's in the uptrend. We got high, low, higher, high. So we gotta follow the uptrend for right now. All right, so that is what we're looking for. Like we said, above 606, 606.70 longs, below 602. Look for shorts. Going to M&Q. Okay, M&Q. I don't think I'm logged in, so it's probably a little bit off, but it's okay. Now we gonna delete this. We deleting this one, starting this one from scratch. There's too many drawings on there. All right, going to the monthly. Come on, delete. Going to the monthly for M&Q. Monthly. We got higher high, low, high, some type of low. So we don't fully got our uptrend set on this most recent session of M&Q. So we're SPY and QQQ. We got the uptrend. We got higher high, higher low, higher high. We got higher high, low, high, low. So basic consolidating. Key spots that we focusing on for M&Q though, where we want to probably see the major moves happening, is a break of course, this low at 24,153.50. We break that, that's gonna be a lower low. Could see a nice squeeze all the way down to 23,050s. Right here with his fair value gap at. And then the next spot that we will be focusing on is, where is it? I think it's high here. Low, high, low. It depends on, we gotta have a green counter though. If we don't got no green counter and it just like push up and we didn't close a green counter yet, like I said, we just push up instantly this month and the month not over, our key level will be 26,649 flat. We break that, that's a higher high. That'll solidify this low for that uptrend. And if that's we can close past, we can see it squeezing up to like 27,400 area. But say if we close green this month, right? close green this month, that key level would be just this high right here. It's 26,349. Okay. But right now, these are the two key spots we keying in on for MNQ on the monthly. Okay. Either direction gonna lead to a trend. If it break down here, that'll be downtrend because we're gonna have what? We're gonna have a low, high, lower, low. Oh, let me turn this matting off. We're gonna have low, high, lower, low for that downtrend. Or like we said, we break that high up there. We'll have a high, then of course the low, then higher high to keep going. Okay. So those are key spots on that monthly. So monthly right now, indecisive. It's trying to make his decision on MNQ. Weekly. Higher high, lower low. Same thing, indecisive. He's sitting in between the higher high and the lower low on MNQ. Okay. Going down to the daily. Pretty much probably gonna be the same thing going all the way down, but key levels, let's actually just mark out them two key levels right now. So this high here is key. And we're gonna put a green. That's target. Cause overall is an uptrend overall, but our most recent section is indecisive. Okay. Then that low, like we said, 24,153.50. Okay, and that's not our solidified level. So we're gonna put a pink line because it's not solidified unless we make a higher high. Our last solidified level is down here. Let's see, that's 16. Yeah, it's right here. 23,516 is our last solidified level. All right. But we want to see can this 24,153 level hold. Okay. See if it can hold and make an uptrend. Now looking at the most recent spot with MNQ. What do we see? We got low, high, lower, low, high, low, higher, high, low. Well, we made a higher high and made a lower low. Then we made a high, then we made a low, then we made another higher high. Then we made another, I think this made a lower low. Can't see. Yeah, we made another lower low. So it's just been indecisive this whole time. Then we came right back and made another higher high. Okay. Then we came right back again and made another lower low. So really, MNQ been so indecisive. Like we had downtrend here, switched to an uptrend. Immediately, right after making an uptrend, immediately switch back, breaking the uptrend, making a lower low. Then we made a high. Then we made a low. And then instead of completing a downtrend, flip back bullish, made another higher high. And then right after making an uptrend, made a lower low. Then right after making a lower low, instead of making a downtrend, it pushed right back bullish again. So it's, I always say, it's indecisive. We made a higher high, then we went right back after making a higher high, right back to a lower low. It's indecisive right now. So we know, hey, market is pretty much consolidating in the big picture right now. It's consolidating. It's trying to make a trend, and it's trying to find a trend to stick with. So the most recent thing we did was make a lower low. We made our high. We don't know if there's gonna be a lower high to lead to another lower low. To get the downtrend going, or will this push us up, end up making a higher high to potentially make a higher low, higher high for the trend. But when it comes to MNQ, looking at this, oh my bad, y'all, I'm so sorry. See, when we do the late streams, sometimes I be tripping. We ain't even supposed to count this counter yet. My bad, because this is today's counter. So we can't say it's green because it very well can be a red counter. My bad, I'm sorry. But we did, so we technically made a higher high and a lower low. Basically, that's all we did. Made this higher high, made this lower low. But regardless of the fact, still following to what we said, it's undecisive. It made that lower low, so it kind of already showed its hand a little bit for this week. Made that lower low. What we be if we didn't see that lower low, we've been looking for what? We had a high, low, higher high. We wanted to see market stay above this low right here at 24,449.25, and we wanted to see what this high get broken, my bad, at 25,495. So we're gonna mark them out. That was the low that we want to see us try to hold. And this is the high that we're targeting for market to take out if it want to keep an uptrend. Okay. We're gonna put light green because it's of course within inside our big overall trend. Okay. So this is what we looking for our trade within this range right here. So I gotta find gaps. Let's find our gaps. Because of course we deleted everything to try to clean it up a little bit more. Okay, so it looks like we inside of that gap. We check. We got a gap up here. Do we want to put that big gap or do we want to put this gap? Let's put this gap. The reason why I don't want to put the big gap is just because with M and Q, we can get some choppy ranges. And if you got that big gap and you waiting on it to get to the top or bottom of your gap, it might take a little too long for you to trade. So we're going to do it with the smaller gaps. I think that's it. No, it ain't it. Got one here. I tell y'all this all the time. M and Q be having the most gaps, man. Like out of everything, out of gold, out of ES, everything. M and Q had the most gaps to mark. That's probably the most gap thing I ever seen. Oh, I ain't mean to switch to Microsoft. I think this is it. This is it right here. I know we gotta mark no more. Make sure. I don't see. Nope, I don't see nothing here. Let's check above. Oh, there's one right here. There is one right here. Let's go and mark it out. Alright, that's it. That is it. Alright, so, like we said, we want our trade to happen above this pink line, 24,449.25, and within 25,495. That's our target. So pretty much what we'll be looking for, even though, like I said, we can't count this counter because this counter literally is getting created right now. But if we didn't see this, let's just do this so we won't even think about that counter. What the world? I put it on replay. There you go. So we won't even see the counter. Alright, so what we would have been looking for is initially we would have been looking for a long off of this daily gap right here at 24,904.50. We would want to see what? An uptrend form above it to take it up to 25,159 to see if we can keep pushing through to eventually build base above 25,259 to take us up to that 25,495 level. So this initially would be our trade idea. Okay, but y'all know what? Y'all know what we always say. In the event that market push down further, we gotta be prepared. So hey, say if we would have opened inside this gap, we would look for it at the bottom of this gap at 24,802. Look for that uptrend form there, then take the longs in. If we push down to the next daily gap, 24,748. Look for uptrend here, then Of course, I wouldn't prefer to take the uptrend off. Take the trade here at 24,748 just because what? We stuck in between two gaps. I think I mentioned this to y'all about 2 weeks ago when we had that happen. We stuck in between two gaps, and it's a tight area, So if I normally would go 2-3 contracts, I might go one just right here. Go one, wait until we build base up inside this daily gap or get above this daily gap and then start adding contracts. But sitting in between the two, gotta lower that risk because it's pretty much like a ping pong table. Like it's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Gotta see which way it's gonna break. But in the event that if it were that to be down here, we'll look for them longs at 24,748. Watch that uptrend form on that lower time frame, possibly the hourly or 15 or 5, depending on what you want to get in off of. Take it up to at least to 802, like we said, and see if we can build that base inside 802 and keep pushing high. Then we got our last gap down here. It's the last hope and chance to protect this solidified level at 24,499. So in the very worst scenario, market come down here to 24,566. You will want to see that uptrend form above it. Take them longs at least up to the first gap, possibly take us all the way up. Okay. But we got currently where that last candle closed, we had 3 fair value gaps to be the potential spots for the market to bounce to go higher. Okay. Now, for the shorts, for the bears, honestly, only way I want to be bearish, one, we got to take this low out, which we seen that it did do. We got to take this low out at 24,667.75. Take that low out, and then it's right at this daily gap. So we might well say go to the bottom of the daily gap at 650, and then we will want to see what downtrend start forming. Take us down to 556, possibly down to 449. Okay. But me personally, it's hard for me to go bearish unless I see us below 650. We below 650 and we make a downtrend underneath, then I can start thinking potential bearish. But right now, I gotta be bullish. Okay, gotta be bullish right now. Cause the last thing we did was what? Make higher high, low, higher high. Okay. Now we can put this replay back on because we're gonna put our drawing thing on. But looking at what it's actually doing now, even though like we said, it can do whatever in the morning, but it looked like it potentially could be trying to bounce off of this gap at 24,748 in the morning. Or we could be trying to come up here to that 24,904. Take them longs to the upside. Okay. We could drop down to that hourly, put our long positioning tools. We just gonna put it here because this is our initial where we wanted it to be at. Because it's got the most space to go to TP. But this the A plus spot we wanted. But like I said, we can have it down here. We can have it at this gap. It's multiple options to get in. But we gotta see that uptrend form. Gotta see an uptrend form. Okay. Then let's go to MYM. Go into that monthly. MYM. MYM bullish. I'm gonna tell y'all straight now. I already know it. Cause MYM been bullish for the longest. MYM. Higher high, higher low, higher high. Okay. Uptrend. We did, and we closed green. And we closed green on the previous month for February. So NYF still holding on this bullish structure, man. It's still holding it on. Now, one thing I can state is MYM did fail to close above previous high. We said we wanted to see not this previous counter high. I'm talking about this high right here. We was trying to see can it close above 49,291, and end up closing at 49,000 flat. So it was 291 points away. By it failing to close by that high, what do we expect, y'all? If failed to close above this high, we can expect what? Some pullback first before trying to come back up and retest that 291. Well, what it did right now, it gapped down. That could count as that pullback. That gap down can count as a pullback, and now it can try to come up to 291 if you want. Okay. But regardless of the fact, it did close green at the end of the month. So, hey, technically it's still saying we're looking for a high. Not until we get a red candle, it's still looking for a high. Okay. It's just, like we said, failed to close above the high. So we could see a pullback before trying to go back up and retest them highs again. All right, going to that weekly. Weekly. We just made a downtrend. And we made a new lower low. Today we just made that new lower low. But we did make a downtrend. We in a downtrend. Okay. On this most recent section. Now for the bulls to take back control, we gotta of course take this downtrend out. So we need to take 49,967 to completely break this downtrend right here. Of course it can give us a green week, red week, and another green week and break it down here if it won't. But if it just trying to do it in this, with all green candles, we gotta come take this high here. Okay. For the bears though, what do y'all want to see? One, we just took this low. For the weekly, the bears want to see us close below this low. They want us to close below 48,488. We get a red candle close below there. That signs a continuation. Could be seen to come down at 48,089 level. That's what the bears want to see, honestly. Or if we get a green week this week, all the bears want to see is one red week to bring us back down again. Going to the daily. Daily pretty much look like the weekly. Got a downtrend forming here. Oh yeah, where our drawings at? We deleted everything? I guess we deleted everything but yeah. My bad, y'all. I thought I had the drawings on here. But we in a downtrend currently on this most recent section. Overall is an uptrend though. Overall is an uptrend. We will put overall target high at 50,609. Last solidified level right here at 48,089. Okay. That's the last solidified level. But like we said, most recent section, that's kind of crazy that NYM is being bearish. Wow. MNQ and QQQ and all them got an uptrend going. But the most recent section is in a downtrend right now, okay? It's in a downtrend right now in this most recent section right here. Now, I'm gonna mark this most recent section. We're gonna mark it up for a downtrend, right? But I will not be surprised if we switch bullish. Because like I said, SPY and QQQ potentially look like they can be going bullish. So NYM very well can flip, back bullish. Cause NYM would go on a little run like that. Like y'all see this day right here. NYM would give us a hard push, so it could give us a huge green candle and break these lower highs easily. So, but I'm gonna mark it up for the most recent trend. So most recent trend right now is a downtrend. This is the last solidified level or lower highs you want to say. At 49,968, we got another one right here. 49,869. Okay. So for the bears, you want to see these two stay respected. Don't want to see these get broken to keep this downtrend going. Okay, I'm gonna put alert if it cross up. Don't want to see that downtrend get broken. Y'all target for the bears will be to come. Well, actually, this candle getting created now, so let's not mark that. Target. It already took the target out at 48,488. This was the target. It already took it out. So what do the bears want to see? Downtrend form underneath it to continue going down, potentially to 48,089. Okay. Now, if Monday we close green for the Bears, if we close green for Monday, y'all next target is what? Whatever this green counter low is, because that'll be to make the new lower low. So if it's 48,383, that'll be y'all target. Okay. But as if it closed green, it gotta close green for that. But for right now, the target was 48,488. It already hit target. So it kept its downtrend going, hit target. It's just trying to see can it close below to do the continuation to come to the downside. Okay. So for the Bears, like we said, what we looking for is it already hit target, pretty much. One or two things. It's your only options you got for the B Bears. Either come back below that 48,488 and then make a downtrend underneath it to take them short to the downside, potentially down to 48,089. Or while it's doing this pullback, say tomorrow, either tomorrow or Tuesday, see a downtrend forming, take them shorts back down to that 48,488 and see if we can close below it. Okay, something like that. All right. So that is what the Bears will be looking for. And let me mark out the daily gaps. My bad. I'm sorry. I forgot to mark the gaps out for y'all. Got real small here that it could reject off of. Got a huge one right here. Oh no, this one was not one. I remember. It was close, but it wasn't one exactly. We got one right here. I know it was three of them. There's one more somewhere. There it is right here. Alright, I knew it was high. I knew it was at least three. It might be four actually, but I know it's at least was three of them. So we got these three marked. If we see the next one, we will mark it. I think here it is right here. Alright. So Bears, this is what y'all looking for. Them shorts off of any of these gaps, man. Make a downtrend off of any of these gaps. That's what the Bears want. To take them shorts back down to that 48,488 level. Okay. For the Bulls though, what y'all want to see? Well, like I said, I very well can potentially see this switching bullish. One, y'all want to see these lower highs get taken out. At 49,869, but y'all very well be okay with say a green counter Monday, red counter Tuesday, Wednesday turn back green, make a higher high, uptrend. There you go. Start taking loans. So at the earliest y'all can get is whenever we take these highs out right here, you potentially for loan, or whenever probably like Wednesday if we make a high low then higher high. Okay. But right now, Bulls, if you taking loans right here, you is going against the trend, you know. But I'm gonna be honest. I can see it breaking this trend. I can see it breaking this downtrend, man. Cause like I said, QQQ and SPY look like they can set up for being bullish, you know. So I very well can see MIM breaking and potentially switching bullish. So, but play it at your own risk. Like I said, do one contract until you see that actual uptrend form. Once you see that uptrend form, then you should be golden. But that's why we marked out the downtrend because we supposed to follow the trend. But I very well can see a switch. We already took out this target. It look like potentially we can fail close and fail below it. Then we build that uptrend. Boom. At least them loans will probably come up to that 49,400 level. Probably 691 level. But let's put our short position tools. Really, we're looking for shorts off of any of these gaps to come back down to 488. I'm gonna just put it up here at this gap though. And then of course, if it breaks 488, then we build downtrend underneath there. Then like we said, we look for those shorts to potentially come down to 48.89, but it might be some early gaps in the way that we probably got to target. Okay. So that is NYM. Then gold. Shoot, it is getting late, but we got till 9:30. Gold. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I looked at gold earlier. I didn't chart it, but I looked at it earlier. I was like, gold looks so bullish. Cause y'all know we wasn't looking at gold for like a week and a half, bro. Cause I told y'all, I said, yes, gold pushing up right here. I was telling you, I said, yeah, gold pushing up right here. Right here. When we push right here. No, I think it was right here. We made that higher high. I said, yeah, we pushing up. But y'all see that yellow line? I told y'all, I said, yeah, we got a higher high. But I said, I can't really go long on gold unless we above 51.30. I said, because we very well can come back down. What happened? Literally, we made that higher high, came back down. Came back down. I ain't even look at gold this whole time right here. But it came back down, and then it eventually came back up to our 51.30 level again. But this time, we closed past it, and then we had our pullback, okay? We had high, low, and it made an uptrend above it. Made an uptrend above our 51.30. So what do I say? Every time we break a level or a gap, if we build that trend above it, it's basically telling us we're not trying to go back down there. We're trying to go up to the next gap or zone. So once this cracked here and made this higher high, that's the golden pocket right there. So when it made it higher high, long, instant. Long, because we're not trying to go back down to 51.30. But now, it did fail to close past high, so you could see a potential pullback before it pushed it back up. But this would make me say, oh yeah, it's bullish. And I seen it before we even made this candle today. I was like, if gold open up today, when gold opened up today, I was like, it's probably gonna shoot straight up. Either gonna shoot straight up, or we might get a slight pullback, but it's gonna shoot up overnight, like while we sleep. But when it opened up at 5 today, it already gapped up. So it gapped up and pushed its way up. Now, for gold though, I told y'all really the only way I'm looking for potential longs is above here. And we finally above it. We in the uptrend. We got higher high, higher low, higher high. First let me go to that monthly. I'm doing all that talking. Monthly was bullish. Bullish. Yeah, bullish. Now I don't know if we're gonna get all the way up to 56.26. We did close green solid, but this is a huge wick. It's a huge wick right here. See that? It's a huge wick. And what do this big old wick represent? Basically a big box of resistance. Big box of resistance. So it did close inside the resistance box. But this whole wick, we don't know where it can stop. It can be this the top of the resistance box. The top of the wick can be the top of the resistance box. Anything can be the top of the resistance box. We don't know exactly which spot is that resistance box. Cause like say if this was right here where the resistance box was at 2278, well then yeah, it closed past it. We should just keep pushing up. But like we said, we don't know because it's a huge wick. But closing green do give me a little bit more confidence in okay, we should push up. I don't know how high we gonna push up. That's the thing. But green monthly candle still telling us we look for highs. Weekly, green weekly, still telling us we look for highs. Same thing, huge week. We don't know exactly where that resistance wall at. Okay. Daily. Daily. Now the daily, on the other hand, kind of can reveal it for us a little bit. At least let us narrow it down. So, daily, we know we close green. This is where we got our first red candle, right? First red candle happened right here. Well, if we end up pushing higher after this green candle, I know at least I know at least we should at least get to the top of this red counter. Okay. So we should at least get up here. That resistance box somewhere up in here. It's somewhere up in here hiding. Okay. Somewhere up in here hiding. That next red candle came. The next red candle came. It did wick up a little bit. So I would think it's above this next red candle wick. This is just how I be looking at potentially where that resistance box is. So I would think it should be at least above 5,487. Okay, 480.7, my bad. So I'm thinking it's somewhere in here. Somewhere in here is where that resistance can happen. So I can see gold pushing up to it, pushing up to here. That 480 basically. We're just gonna say 480. Pushing up to that 480 is just that's where it's gonna get a little tricky. We might gotta watch it closely to see if it's gonna reject hard or not. Okay. But looking at the daily for gold, it's bullish. Last solidified level or higher low, let's say. Last higher low. Put this line here. It's at 551.10.6. I'm gonna put a pink. Main thing we want to see, can it just close above this previous high right here at 51.2693? Right now we did gap above it, but can we close above it is the question. Do we close above it? So that's what we're watching for. Can we close above it? We really want any uptrend that's above that 5269. We want to go long. So right now we got higher high above it. Well, we don't got higher low with another higher high to make the uptrend. If we can break this high here and close past, man, gold probably gonna shoot up crazy. But I can see us potentially consolidating, not making a higher high yet, or we can be coming down to try to come retest either this gap here or come retest that 269.3. I can see either one of those. But a close past this high right here, boy, we finna go crazy. A close past 409.5, hourly close past it, boy, we finna shoot up. We ain't gonna shoot up to at least 500. For real, for real. Yeah, for gold, I'll probably be basing my trades off the hourly, honestly. Probably be basing my trades off this hourly chart. And we didn't even touch that hourly gap yet. Yeah, we didn't even touch the hourly gap yet. We inside this hourly gap, but I ain't marking that out. Yeah, gold could make an uptrend on the hourly. It's probably gonna be gone. I'm gonna go shoot up crazy, especially if we can close past it. Biggest thing for gold though, I'm watching 269. I just want to stay above here, so I'm just looking for any uptrend above here. And I like longs for gold. Really can't put no long position to it because when they make an uptrend here, that stop all the way down here. It's kind of like it's hard to put a long position to on this hourly. We had to do it based off the 5 minutes, but we gonna wait till the morning to do that. Okay. All right. 9:29. Dang, basically time for me to go to sleep. So I guess I'm gonna have to end it for y'all. We're gonna do the earnings tomorrow because we really don't got no earnings coming out Monday. So dang it, we got CrowdStrike. I just thought about that. We got CrowdStrike on Tuesday. Yeah. We might need to look at these Tuesday ones before we get off, just so in case we want to buy it tomorrow. Let me go check out Target. We just do a quick run through. I ain't really finna do too much. Let's go check Target out. Target. Hurry. I'm gonna do a quick crash course through them. Reset chart. Target monthly. Let's remove all it. We got Downtrend, downtrend, downtrend. High, low, higher high. Boom, broke the downtrend here. We did make an uptrend, but we did break the downtrend here. And it's just still pushing. Broke this higher low. Broke. Oh, it closed past this one. Closed past that one. So the next real target is, of course, this gap first, which it failed to close past. But if it make an uptrend, the next real target is up here at 137.55. Okay, so we'll mark that out. Green, red. Let's go to the daily real quick. See what the daily looking like. Daily, we got high, low, higher high. So we can mark this out. Up. It's in the uptrend. Target is high. Okay. We do got solidified over here, so we can tighten it up even more. Okay. So we did make lower lows, but we just flipped green on the previous day, so we failed to close below that low. Let's mark that out with a white line. So biggest thing, we got high, low, lower high, lower low. So it is in a downtrend. Biggest thing is if tomorrow we close red, I expect them shorts to come back through for the earnings. Seeing us come back down to 111. Close green tomorrow. I mean, but the thing is, with earnings, you never know, man. The earnings, we can close red tomorrow. The earnings come out and go sweep that low, and then we gap up in the morning for. You know what I'm saying? So it's all kinds of stuff earnings can do. But I do expect that 11 to get taken if we end up closing red. But monthly, from the monthly standpoint, it's tricky because we didn't close past that dang gap. That's the tricky part. We did close green, so green's still telling us technically we can keep pushing up. But we did not close past that gap, so we know it's some type of pullback gotta happen. It's tricky. And then the daily not in the uptrend. Honestly, you probably gotta wait till after the target earnings come out. If we end up gapping up, pushing above, if we end up pushing above 118.98 and we build an uptrend, then I say swing the loans potentially up to that 130 area. Okay, that's what I say. Because looking at the daily, it's tricky. You can go literally either way. But if we go above here, I like it going up to 130. Okay, if we get above this green candle high. All right. Who else we said? Target, Best Buy. Let's look at CrowdStrike. Yeah, we're just gonna look at CrowdStrike, then we're gonna call it. Target and CrowdStrike. The other ones, they so. Alright, hopefully the screen's still good. Looking at the monthly for CrowdStrike, monthly close red, and we close below previous low, so that's a lower low. Signs for continuation. So honestly, I'm gonna be honest, we did not touch no daily gap. I can see CrowdStrike coming right back down to 340s. Just based off this monthly. We closed below the previous low. We didn't bounce off any monthly gap. We didn't come sweep no monthly lows yet. I really could see us just come right back down to 340s. Looking at the monthly. Going to that weekly. Close red. Did we close below? It closed below the previous low. Here. Didn't close below this low though. But did close below the low. It didn't close below the daily gap. Weekly gap. But it's bearish though. So it's bearish. Daily. Also bearish. Let's mark out this. That 431.88 level. That's our last solidified lower high. Next target to take, of course, first is this low at 342.72. Next target after that though is here, 318.88, and then here at 298 flat. All right, looking at this daily, we got all green count, so we know we're doing some type of pullback. But overall trend is what? Bearish right now, at least for right now. We got low, high, lower low. It's some type of high. We don't know. We don't know if it's gonna lead us to a higher high, or it's finna boom turn red, and then we come on back down to that 42 level. Really, for CrowdStrike, all I'm looking for is a red daily candle. One red daily candle, I'm looking for them shorts to come back down to 340, 342 area. All I need is literally all I need is a red candle. That's it. And even if it flipped bullish, I won't even be mad if I got in off that red candle. So we got daily gap there at 385.11. Let's see, we got some. We should have some more. Yeah, we got some more. Got another gap here. Got one here, but that one basically overlapping. And got one down here. I think those are the only ones I'm marking. I ain't gonna be marking all. When it comes to them stocks, boy, I do not mark all them dang daily gap. Them stocks, we gonna mark 2, 3 of them, and we just gonna follow structure. We ain't even, cause y'all know stocks, compared to futures, them dang stocks can get a lot of gaps, cause they actually open and close, where futures we only close for an hour, so we really can have fewer gaps, even though M&Q be having a whole bunch of them. Really, that pullback was decent. I really don't like where it's sitting at. I don't like where it's sitting at. It just look iffy. Cause like boom, boom, boom. I don't know if that's deep enough of a pullback for a huge drop. It might be though. I don't know. It just don't look like it'll be a huge drop. I don't know, but regardless, we look for them shorts below 374.71. I mean, if we somehow be down here at 354, maybe look for them shorts at the end of the day, something like that. I don't know. I really just want to see a red daily count, so I'm gonna kind of see what Monday do for CrowdStrike. I gotta see. I really want to get in them short, but I gotta see us making a downtrend at least on the hourly. All right, so we're gonna call it for the night. We ain't gonna be up too late. I mean, it's kind of late. 9:39. I put been in bed, but it's okay. But we gonna be on in the morning. Y'all make sure y'all join in if you can. And even if you can't, y'all have a safe week. Trade smart, man. And yeah, y'all have a good one. Your boy Keys is out.